Hi everyone, welcome back. So today we are live again. So I hope you had a great weekend and great day. So here we are back. So yeah, if you have any questions, you can ask me. And just want to let you know we are live on the YouTube and the Facebook on the both the channels at the same time. So if you do not have the access to the Facebook, you can ask me the questions on the YouTube. You can throw in the YouTube, and from the next time we will be live on the Instagram, Facebook, and the YouTube, all the three channels at the same time. So if you have the access to one of those channels, you can comment there. So and yeah, would be able to answer your questions. So now please throw your questions. So guys, we will wait for another 5 minutes. So let people come, and yeah, in the meantime, you can prepare your questions if you have any questions. Guys, as I mentioned every time, so none of the webinar is related to a. So none of the webinars are related to any specific topic. So you can ask any questions. So please throw any questions if you have. More than happy to answer. We can see people are throwing some questions. Let's wait for some more comments. We'll wait for another 3 minutes. After that, we'll start. I hope everyone can hear me. So if you can hear me, please type number one in the comment box so I would know that you can see and hear me. If you can type number one in the chat box, it will be easy for me to understand that you're seeing me and you can hear me. I hope you guys can hear me. If you can't, please let me know. Guys, if you can hear me, please type in the chat box number one so I will know that you can hear me. We can see people are throwing some comments in the chat box, so we will start soon. If you can please confirm that you can see me and you can hear me by typing number one in the box, chat box, so I would know that you can hear me. If you can't hear me, please let me know. Guys, I'm just double confirming. If you can hear me, please type number one in the chat box so that I know that you can hear me and you can see me. Okay, so we get a confirmation that people can hear us. Okay, so firstly, someone asked, how can we apply employer sponsor visa? Okay, right. So it how can we apply? I think you asking might be the eligibility criteria or what are the requirements, right? So the employer sponsored visa, basically you might be talking about the 482, 494, or 186. If you're talking about one of those, all of them require a 482 and 494 require you have a sponsor, nomination, and then visa. For 186, you need a nomination and the visa. So now the eligibility criteria is different for all the three. So sponsor have the different requirements, nomination has the different requirements, and visa has the different requirements. So in terms of you, if you're asking for the 482, then you must have 2 years full-time or equivalent part-time experience. For the 494, I would say 3 years full-time experience and have a employer who's happy to sponsor in the located in the region of Australia. And for 186, 186 you must have a 3 years full-time experience, or if you're applying through 482, then 186, then you should have 2 years full-time experience on the 482. So these are the basic requirements. Other than that, you have to meet the English requirements, 5 each. If your occupation is in the, depends on the occupation, I would say the for 482, the requirements are 5 each and overall 5. For some occupations, it's like 5 overall and 4.5 each. For 186, you need a competent English, means 6 each. So these are the basic requirements. So for further information, you can contact our team, and yeah, we are more than happy to assist you and look further into the options, because you might need a skill assessment, you might not need a skill assessment. So we have to look for the all the things. So now, is it possible to arrange a skill assessment for BTech students in India? Yes. Manu, yes, BTech students are, I assume that's a Bachelor's of Technology. If you have done a Bachelor's of Technology, either in computer, electronics, mechanical, civil, any of the bachelor's degree in engineering, or that equivalent to 4 years degree, then yes, skill assessment is possible without the experience. I hope I answered your question. So once you have a skill assessment, then you will be able to apply the general skilled migration, and subject to meeting the other eligibility criteria points, English, and all these things, right? So yeah, and the benefit for the offshore students or the offshore candidates is that they can apply to multiple states for the permanent residency. They do not rely on one state. Like for example, if you're onshore, means you're in Australia and located in New South Wales, you can only apply to New South Wales. Western Australia is closed, that used to accept the students from the other states. For South Australia, the requirements are very high if you want to apply from the other state. So if you're offshore, you can apply to multiple states. Which is, can I convert tourist visa into student visa? Which it depends on the conditions on your visa, right? If there is no further state condition, then it would be we need a waiver. Once we have the waiver, we can apply. If there is no further state condition, that's 8503, then it's simple. But if there is, then waiver is required. Once waiver is granted, then you should be able to convert into the student visa, obviously subject to meeting the other requirements. For further information, you can contact our education team. But now, just to be clear, nowadays the universities and the institutes are becoming very, very hard on the tourist to student visas. So just be careful what you do, which institute you choose, because the visa success rate also varies from the course to course you're choosing and plus from the institute to institute. Offshore, Sweta has asked offshore visa rates. Sweta, sorry, I'm not sure which visa you're talking about. Offshore visa rate. How can I apply PR? Okay, Shweta, so you mentioned you want to apply. Okay, so the offshore visa rate is, you mean permanent residency, uh, or is the student visa? If you're talking about the student visa, department is getting very, very strict. If you have a strong financial record, strong history, strong education history, then yes, you have good chances for the student visa. We have seen a lot of students go the visa who has very good profile, strong financials. The visa refusal rate is increasing day by day, as because there's so many things now. Uh, Student have to meet. Firstly, they have to go through the university that has their own requirements and all these things, right? Then after that, the department comes into the play. So just be careful, right, while choosing the university course, and the make sure the first thing is have a strong financials. How can I? Okay, so you asked now, how can I apply the PR as a nursing student? If you have completed, if you are a nursing student, I'm not sure you have done the graduate GNM graduate. That's called the graduate diploma something in India, or you have done the BSc nursing. If you have done the BSc nursing, there are two options. Either you can go the Netflix exam or Netflix and OSCE exam. For once you've done that, there's a path, like there are few steps involved in that. So if you clear all of them, I think it takes around 6 to 10 months, varies student to student. So, but this is an average time we have seen. If you go through that pathway and have a positive skill assessment, you can apply the permanent residency, and you have good chance for the PR if you have a positive skill assessment for general skill migration. And but just not to forget, if you're choosing that pathway for the OSCE exam, you have to come to Australia physically because the exam is conducted in Adelaide and Melbourne. Right? If the other option, if you don't wanna do that, then you can study a bachelor's or master's in Australia that is aggregated from APRA. Then after completing that, you don't need to go through the necklace and OSCE, or you can do a conversion program in Australia. So the conversion program is not available in all the states. There are only few states. If I'm not wrong, there are only 2 states that provide these conversion programs. The only problem is with is getting the admission, because not many seats are available. Plus the uh, fee structure. So I hope I answered your question. If you have any question, please throw in the chat box. Can someone apply PR after the age of 45? Yes, PR is possible after the age of 45. Depends upon which visa you're applying. For general skilled migration, it's no. However, for the employer sponsored visas, yes, it's possible. For further information, you can contact our team. They would be able to assist you with that, or you can book an online appointment or visit our branch. That's located on the 251 Church Street, Parameter, New South Wales 2150. Can can a MBA graduate from India apply for PR? Yes, of course. They can apply the PR. However, they need to meet the experience criteria. So if you're studying only MBA, Master of Business Administration, then you need 1 year of experience, either a marketing specialist or in a other field like HR, resource management, right? If you have done the MBA plus MPA, which I highly doubt, if you have done the MBA plus MPA, then you can have skill assessment without experience. However, you need 7 each to get the positive skill assessment. It could be either PT or IELTS. And not to forget that TOEFL is no more acceptable in Australia from July 2023. So just be careful before you sit in an exam. This tourist visa is possible at the age of 35. Yes, the tourist visa is possible at the age of 35. We have been granted a visa today for 38 years old candidate from India who was single. So yeah, if she can get it, then other people can also be able to get it. There is no age requirement for the tourist visa. It all depends on the circumstances and the GT criteria. Right. So tourist visa is one of the common visa that people often look for because it's very easy. And however, they do forget that it's the hardest to get because of the to justify to the department the GT criteria, right? It might be easy from your end, might be easy from the agent's end, or from anyone's end, but for the department to justify the department, it's the biggest challenge in the tourist visa. However, once you've been granted a tourist visa, then it's good. You have so many pathways opened after that. So yeah. Now, a lot of students are from UK, from Canada. They are contacting us regarding the tourist visa. Some are so I had a client today, so who contacted me and asked me. They're a couple in UK and they started studying 3 months back and they want to come to Australia. See, if you want to come to Australia, firstly, as GT criteria would be there, right? There are so many things that need to be justified or that requires an attention. For example, why you're coming to Australia? Who is sponsoring you? What's the occasion? And why you gonna go back? So many things, right? People often or students often try to compare one profile with the other person. They said, "My friend got the visa. Can I get the visa?" See, it's not like that way. Everyone has a different circumstances. You can't compare your circumstances with the other person. I've seen uh, in various circumstances where the profiles are almost matching each other. However, one got the visa, one don't. One did not get the visa, doesn't get the refusal. So it's not like that. If someone got the visa, then you would also be getting a visa. So because it do not work in that way, because each and every person's circumstances vary. So stop comparing yourself with someone else in terms of visa, and also stop asking your agent, "Can you please give me the guarantee for the visa?" There is no guarantee for the visa. I'm telling you, if someone is saying there is a guarantee, then it's wrong. Don't believe on that because we have so many inquiries. Can you give us the guarantee of the visa? See, we don't give the guarantee because we are not the one who give the visa. It's a Department of Home Affairs who give the visa. So please consider these things that there is no guarantee. At SuccessVisa, we don't give any guarantee. If someone is giving you a guarantee, go for that. We won't be giving any guarantee. My wife is on onshore. After how much time I can apply the dependent visa? See, usually depends on which visa she's holding. I assume if it's a student visa, right? It depends from how long we married. For example, you just married, right? And she's in Australia and she's studying a master's or something. For the first thing is any course. If she's coming in any course, make sure she carry on the same course, or if she wants to change, make sure she changes to the same standard, same level course. Don't go downgrade because it might impact your file as well. So first thing to clear, right? The second thing is you can apply after. We usually prefer after one semester, so it's easy to justify the department that your partner is a genuine temporary entrant, and she's coming here for study and she's doing that, right? Of course, there are other prospects that will matter here, but this is one of them. For further information, you can contact our team. Yeah, more than happy to assist you with that. Sir, so advanced diploma delivery faster is worth now. Uh, it does not matter. It's a fast track or it's 2 years course you have completed. So if you have completed the advanced diploma IT telecommunications, you might have the skill assessment as a telecommunication network planner, and there are few other occupations you could have, right? But they all falls in the same group. Now, the question is, depends on which state. If you think worth means in terms of permanent residency, I assume that's what you mean, worth, right? Uh, this is this how to say, okay, this again varies on the state to state as well, but overall PR chances are very less in this course if you want to go in that way. If you're New South Wales, very less chance. We have seen the invites from Queensland, Adelaide, but requirements are high that you must be working and living in that state and working in your own field. So just I would say, if you have any other skill assessment, go for that, right? If you have this skill assessment based on this course, just apply and wait. Or you can move to, if you're in New South Wales, you just move to Melbourne, I would say. Then find a job in skill level 1, 2, 3, and have a, if you have a salary of more than 70K annually, then you might have chance. I am not saying that you would have the chance, but you might have a chance. That's what you can do. For New South Wales, I don't think you have high chances. I'm currently studying. That will be done in 3 months, and my visa is expiring at the end of this year. Okay, if you're studying, it's better you complete that course, right? In Queensland, just try to find a job in your field, because for Queensland, I think the minimum requirement for the points is 65 for 491, and they accept 75, if I'm not wrong, for 190. Means if you must have 75 points too if you want to apply for 190. Subject to meeting the other eligibility criteria, experience requirements, and all these things. If you are, then just try to find a job. So as I mentioned, there are invitation rounds we have seen in that one, but don't. It does not mean that everyone will get it. Again, it depends on the other invitation round, how many EYs they have, and how many EYs for the Euro special occupation, and how many points those people have at that time, right? So these things vary. So we have to assess your overall profile. It's not like it's a one word answer, because we have to look for the other options. But however, if you want to talk about this, the permanent residency chances, you can contact our team or book an online appointment. Our team would be able to assist you with that. Experience should be onshore or offshore, can be considered, or do we need to do the skill assessment experience assessment? Okay, Shiv. See, experience for 106. Okay, so if you're talking, see, 186 could be, there are different streams for the 186. If you're talking about the direct entry, then it could be either onshore or it could be offshore. Yes, skill assessment is required for that. However, if you're talking about the through 482 pathway, then obviously it would be onshore. How you can work offshore having a 482? Yes, unless you're exempt, for example, medicals, like doctors and all these things. But I would say simple words. Keep it onshore if you're looking for the pathway from 4.8 to 186. If you're looking for directly for 186, it could be anywhere, right? In the last 5 years. And skill assessment again varies on the stream to stream, and experience assessment. Yes, as I mentioned. For further information, you can contact. We would be able to assist you with that. Hi, Gurudeep. Skill assessment done from chef for applying phone. Can you work for them? So you have skill assessment done for the chef. Applying for 491. Can I work full time in regional and part time in? So does it mean, Gurdeep, that you have a 491 visa or applying for the 491? I'm not sure which you're saying is. If you have the 491 visa, then you can't work in city. In simple words. So better idea would be applying 189, right? So thank you for the information. Nilesh, if you have the option of applying, if you're comfortable with the 491, 190, like all the visas, I would say apply all. You never know which one gonna hit you, right? So don't rely on the 189. Chances are very, very less for the 189. Don't rely on that thing firstly. If you're eligible for three, 189, 190, 491, I would say apply all. If you're comfortable with the 491, 190, and all of them, right? If you're comfortable getting all of, any of those, then I would say apply all. I won't rely on only on the 189. Just in course can affect my, sorry, change in course can affect my PR. Goel, no, it won't unless you have reached your visa conditions. Then it could, if you have reached a visa condition. Otherwise, it should not affect your PR. I'm not sure why it's going to affect. Would you mention just applying skills? You can just okay. So if you go on the Queensland website, you can find it there. If they require you, okay, just for example, you might. So you said you're just applying for 491. I'm not sure if you mean to say that you have received the invitation for 491. Now you want to apply for the, and you're applying the visa means you might go the bridging visa that might be active or not active. We don't know because I don't know the whole story. If you go to the Queensland website, you will find it there. If you get the invitation, that you must be uh, m- moving and living. So see, there are two things go deep here, right? If you get a visa, then you can't work in the city. If you did not get the visa, usually uh, states don't allow you, right? Very high chance that there is no assumption to this thing that you can work in the city. I don't think so. To get a confirmation, you can send an email to the Queensland migration, or you can just check it on their website. But I highly doubt they would allow you to work in city and regional area because see, Queensland means if you're working in Brisbane, right? That comes as a city. The rest of the Queensland is comes like a regional area, right? So if the job you're working in Brisbane that comes into the regional postcode, then it should be fine. I don't think so. There would be an issue. But however, other than that, I highly doubt because it's not like I would say Adelaide or Canberra that whole of the state comes into regional area. But for Queensland, Brisbane comes in city, and the rest of the postcodes come to the regional area. It depends from post to postcode as well. So I hope I had given the answer to your question, Gurdeep. If you need further information, I would suggest you can book an appointment. We can have a look into your matter. But overall, I can see from this thing that it's not possible. Can I be eligible for the tourist visa from Canada to Australia if I'm studying in Canada? Yes. See, eligibility and grant criteria, there are two different things. You can apply, no one stops you, right? However, for the grant to meet the grant criteria, or would say like to get the, if you want the positive outcome, simple words, I would say you have to look for the so many aspects of so many things to be considered here, right? The first thing is why, what are you studying, from how long you've been studying, and what's your course progress, and who is sponsoring you in Australia, why you're coming to Australia, what's the occasion coming up, is someone sponsoring you or not. There's so many things lovely in here. It's to be considered. However, if you're saying that could I be eligible for tourist visa, then you can, yes, you can apply. No one stops you. But to get a positive outcome, there are so many things matter here. We have seen a lot of clients or students who came to from Canada to tourist visa. There's no one stops you unless you have a criminal history or something. Otherwise, there should be no issue in applying that tourist visa. Guys, as I mentioned earlier, from the next today we are live on the Facebook and the YouTube at the same time. From next week, hopefully we'll be live on Facebook, Instagram, and the YouTube. If you do not have the access to one of like Facebook or Instagram, you can come in the YouTube, or if you don't have the access to the YouTube, you can come to the Facebook, Insta, or other way around, right? So you would be able to contact us through that. There's some countries where Facebook is not allowed, then you can go to the YouTube or the Instagram. So yeah, you have a few options. And on Thursday, at the same time on Thursday, 8 a.m. 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Sorry, Australian Eastern Standard Time, which is Sydney time, we go live on the TikTok. So it means you have two chances to asking the questions to us in 1 week, right? If you miss in one of these on Tuesday, then you can come on the TikTok on Thursday. So this would be our usual time from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Tuesday on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Thursday would be on that TikTok. So guys, if you have any questions, please throw in the chat box. More than happy to answer your questions. You might be knowing that there is new MAIDS program is coming hopefully by the end of 2024. There is no exact confirmation day. So just be prepared for that. People who are from India, there will be 3,000 seats allocated every year for Indian passport holders who would be having a specific degree. Right? It could be engineering, artificial intelligence, robotics. There are few of them, right? So we will wait for the full list of the degrees. The requirements are almost similar to 476, which was closed on 22nd of December 2023. 6 overall, 5 each PT, IS. So just be prepared. If you studying, just be prepared. That could be for you. You can come on in Australia on that visa and look for further options if student visa is not an option for you, or if you miss a student visa because of any reason. Can we apply for tourist visa from Canada to Australia? I'm on work visa and Canada. My real brother is in Australia on study visa. Yes, you can apply now. Your brother is in Australia on a study visa. It depends on how long he is in Australia, what kind of study he's doing, what's his course progress, and what's the occasion you're coming on, your financial background history, right? To justify the GT criteria for the tourist visa, basically there are two things that I consider. Why you gonna come to Australia? What are the circumstances in Australia? Who the guy who's sponsoring you, and your ties to your home country, and why you're gonna go back to the country where you're coming from, or the ties to your home country. Now, in your case, you're living in Canada. Your home country might be just say India. So I would consider both the countries that why you're gonna go back, right? So yeah, that's this answer to your question. And also the new rules for the TR and the student visa hopefully will be implemented this month. Hopefully, we don't know, but it might be this month. But the extension for the uh, eligible occupations that will end in the mid of 2024. It might be June or July. So just be careful on those dates. Do not miss that. Right? A lot of students last year who went on the student visa to who have completed their student visa, they on from student visa they went after completing student visa they went to the COVID visa instead of the 485 because 485 requires you to have English, Our COVID visa did not. So they went to on the COVID visa and they missed the 6 months requirement. Now they missed the opportunity to apply for 485. Now they have to study again if they want to apply 485. So each deadline is must, right? So just be careful. It is very important. Otherwise, you're gonna end up in financially stress, mentally stress, and you're gonna lose so many things. Who knows, right? So this is just a like suggestion or advice from my end. Just consider these things. Do not waste your time. I want to apply to this way from Canada. I'm currently studying in Australia. As I mentioned earlier, you can apply. No one is stopping you. You're studying in Canada, that's good. But however, we need to know the rest of the details as well. Why? What are you doing? What kind of studies that? How long you in Canada for? What kind of visa you're holding? When the visa is gonna expire? Who is sponsoring in Australia? What kind of visa they're holding? What are the rest of the things, right? So you can book an online appointment or you can contact our team. They will be able to assist you with that. Currently, Canada can you apply student visa in Australia? Yes, you can apply student visa in Australia. No one stops you. How can I contact you for more information? We can discuss over things regarding to this visa. You can either visit our office, which is located on the private chat box. So that's, I think you would be able to see our address. It's 251 Church Street, Parramatta, New South Wales, 2150. That's the physical office. You can come. Let me share the link with you for the appointment. I'll just send the address in the chat box. I send the appointment link as well. So that's appointment link. You can go to the chat box, copy and paste in your browser. You can book an online appointment from there, or either we can drop the Teams number, or either you can contact us on this number I'm sharing. Right? You can note down this number. You can contact us on this number, or you can send us a message with your number, so team will be able to get back to you. Someone has recently completed nursing and have received nursing note elsewhere classified for them. Can that is where to apply? One and one schedule to apply. Okay. If you ask, it's better to apply 189, 190. It's not like that you will straight away apply for visa. Firstly, you have to wait for the invitation, right? Once you have the invitation, then you can apply the visa. So, for example, you're on a student visa, your student visa will expire on 15th of March, which is after 10 days. Just an example, right? You have an invitation. Then why are you going to apply 485? Then you can just straight away apply 189, 190, whichever you got the invitation for. Because if you apply 485, so that 485 and 189, 180 has nothing to do with each other, right? 190 and 189 is a general skill might is just a permanent visas, while 485 is a different visa. You apply 485 visa after study because you want to stay legally in Australia, right? So if you have the invitation, you can apply the visa. Why you can apply 485? Because if you apply 485, you're gonna end up paying $1,895 for the department. With the credit card surcharge, it will be $1,921.53, right? Plus agent's fees, plus medical if you have not done in the last 12 months, plus uh, police checks. I would say you will plus the health insurance. You would end up paying another $3,000. So if you have the invitation and you have the time to apply for 190 or 189, whatever the invitation you got, then why are you gonna apply for it first, right? Now, from your wording, what I can understand, you asking, you reckon it's better to apply for 189, 190 straight away. See, there's some. Firstly, I want to clear it to you. This is not how it works. We have to wait for the invitation there. invitation first. You can apply 190 or 180 and whatever you want. But if you don't have the invitation, how long? See, if you don't have the invitation, then how you can apply 180 and 190? So it's best you apply the wait for the invitation, right? Just say your visa is expiring on 15th of March. I would say wait for till the last day and prepare the rest of the. Okay, if you're waiting for the invitation, I assume you have the English as well, completed English, which you require for 485 as well. If you don't get the invitation by the so see how it works with the 189. If you get the invitation, then you can straight away apply for the visa, the first thing, right? Then you can wait for the last day. However, for 190, if you're new software, you mentioned, right? I'm taking how long it takes anyone from nurses to receive skill assessment in new software. Skill assessment has nothing to do with the state. First thing, the question is wrong. You might be asking how long it takes to get the new invitation approval or the invitation. For 190, firstly you get the invitation from the state. It might take some time. We don't know. It might 4 weeks, 5 weeks, or maybe one day. We don't know, right? Then it's gonna be a different story. So you can't compare 189 with the 190 because both are the different story. 189 is straight away invitation, you apply the visa. 189, there's a few other things involved before you reach the final visa stage. I would say just prepare everything for the 485 and wait for till the last day. If you get it 189, go for that. If you got 190, then unfortunately you have to apply a visa. Any updates for subclass? Any updates for subclass 500? Sorry, I don't understand what you mean. Any updates for the subclass 500? The only update we have that subclass is getting delayed these days. There's a lot of delay on both onshore and offshore. That's the only update we have now. And also the department is getting very strict in terms of giving the student visas to offshore candidates as well onshore candidates. For the Philippines, they used to be very easy process for the visa. Nowadays, they're asking for the extra documents as well as 56 English funds, source of fund. We're getting so many inquiries, so many requests, which we never had for the Filipino clients. This is one of the examples. Yes, it's the meaning for the student visa, especially nowadays, is very slow. Yes, it's very slow, Christian. We have seen offshore students are waiting for the last 3-4 months. Uh, even they have to defer their course or defer their intake. For onshore, you can keep studying. For the offshore, you have to defer if you don't get the visa. The university will ask you to do that. Is it risky to apply to Australia student dependent visa without funds? See, because I'm not sure why you can apply a student dependent visa without funds. Usually, funds are required. All right. If you're talking about the level one, I would still suggest you to give the funds. We have seen few visas granted without funds, very few, right? But I'll still suggest you show the funds. And just keep in mind, when you apply this dependent visa, you just don't need a funds to support yourself. You have to show the funds to support both of you. You have to show the funds for the next 12 months, living expenses, traveling expenses for your partner who is already in Australia and for yourself, plus the remaining fees for the next 12 months. So you have to add on these things, then you have to show the total of that. Just keep in mind. That's a common mistake is done by the student. They don't show the funds for the primary applicant. They just show the funds for themselves because they thought they are applying for the visa for themselves and they need to show the funds for themselves. It's not like that. You have to show the funds for both. So just keep in mind. I won't suggest you to apply without funds. I won't suggest you. It's very risky, I would say. Guys, we have only 12 minutes left. So if you have any question, please let us know or throw in the chat box. Right? As I mentioned, you have an opportunity to contact us sorry, to come in the next live that is happening on Thursday on TikTok, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. So you can come on the TikTok and ask the questions there if you find or you miss this live. Because last week we went off for the live, we got so many messages like we missed the live and all these things. So it's better uh, you come in the live in the TikTok if you miss one of these, or other way around. If you miss in the TikTok, you can come into the Facebook one. But if you miss both of those and you can't wait for the other live or the next week, then you can book an online appointment for the education. For the migration. For education, you don't need to book an appointment. You can straight away contact the team. There is no fee for the education. However, there is an appointment fee for the migration. So just keep in mind. So this live, the reason to go live is that students or their candidates who are unable to pay or who are unable to book an appointment because they can't afford, so they can ask the questions in the live. So that's the only main motive for us to go to live twice a week, so that people who are students who are struggling to pay the appointment fee or they're unable to pay that much money, they can come to the live and ask the questions they have. Right? We as a Success Visa, we stand with you. We want to support the students and the candidates. Right? However, it's not uh, easy to do everything for free and all these things. So whatever we can do, we are trying to do that. We're trying to assist more and more students, right? As I mentioned, we will be live on Tuesday, Facebook, Instagram, and the YouTube, three platforms at the same time. So you can come any of those, right? On the Thursday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., we will be live on the TikTok. So you have two opportunities. Otherwise, you can come to the office. And also, we are opening a new branch, hopefully this month. So that would be another opportunity for students who are unable to come to Parramatta or find it very hard to come there because it's very far away. So we are coming closer to you. We will announce the address, and just keep following our pages on the Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, wherever you want for the further updates. Usually we're very active on the Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and the Instagram. How can we apply the tourist visa from India to Australia? You can apply the. You might be asking for the eligibility criteria again. In this webinar, majority of students or majority of people, they ask the same question for the tourist visa. It's like, how can I apply the tourist visa? You can apply online. It's simple work. If you're asking for the eligibility criteria again, as I mentioned earlier, it depends on the GT. You have to justify the GT, genuine temporary entrant, the reason why you're coming to Australia, why you're gonna go back to your home country. There are like a lot of things, right? So otherwise, you can apply online. Guys, we have only 8 minutes left. If you please have any questions, you ask me. More than happy to answer your questions. Otherwise, we will see you in the next live on Thursday on the TikTok. If you missed that, then the next week, unfortunately, on the Tuesday. So every week it will happen every week, twice a week. Tuesday, Facebook, Instagram, and the YouTube, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. And on Thursday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Thursday on TikTok, right? So just keep in mind. So this would be our fixed time from now onwards, unless we make a further announcement. So do not miss the lives. You can come to the live, ask any questions. As I mentioned, there is no closed door. There's no boundaries to asking the question. This is an open door live session. You can ask any questions. From next time, hopefully we'll make the changes to the live. We'll see what we can do. If you have any suggestions for us, any feedback for us, we are more than happy to accept your feedback, and to happy to consider those things that you think that could make us better, or we would be able to assist you in a better way, right? Please send us your feedback or any advice if you want to give us any suggestions. We are more than happy to listen those and act on that, right? If that's what you want. Can I change course in Australia without English and fonts? Yes. Simple answer is yes, you can. But there's some other requirements. Make sure you meet that one as well. But if you ask me in simple words, can we change if you're meeting the other requirements? Then yes. As I mentioned, for the education purposes, you can contact our team. There's no charges free of cost. You can either visit the branch, contact them online over the phone. If you can't visit, that's fine. It's free of cost. We have experienced education counselors who can look after you, and we are hiring more to serve as many as students we can, right? I am unmarried. How can I apply the visa? See, the answer is you can apply the visa. Depends on which visa you're saying. There are a lot of options, right? If you're unmarried, you might be. I don't know what's your age. I'm not sure what did you complete earlier. What's your background, right? Might be you. You might completed a bachelor's degree. Just assume recently. You can apply the student visa if you have the English and the rest of the things, right? If you have a study something like engineering, we can apply. We can do the skill assessment and apply the. We can go through the permanent residency pathway. If you have someone in Australia, any relative, any known person who has a special occasion coming in Australia, they want you to come here to attend that special occasion, for example, a marriage or citizenship ceremony, your sister or your anyone, right? Have a graduation ceremony. Then then you can come on a tourist visa as well. There could be many options for you. However, we need to assess the file. But these are some of the recommendations we think that could be better for you. But however, we need to look for the whole process and the whole file, right? So we can suggest you. So it's better you can do that, right? So we would be able to assist you, or we would be able to give a better advice or better suggestion, better options as per the uh, your history or your background. As you know, the Australia is getting very hard on the student visas and the student dependent visas. So if you have other options, just look for the other option. Just for example, permanent residency, because we have seen a lot of students from, especially from Punjab and Haryana, they are scared for the permanent residency. I'm not sure why. If you have an option for the permanent residency, then why you don't apply from the offshore? Because your main goal to come to Australia to get a permanent residency. If you're getting a statewide permanent residency from your country, even before coming to Australia, then why you don't get that opportunity? I'm not sure why you have that kind of mindset that you have to come to the student visa or the tourist visa, then convert to the student visa, then work visa, then permanent residency. If you reach in this way, you might reach the permanent residency pathway after 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. However, if you apply from offshore, you can skip those 3, 4 years. You don't need to wait. You can keep working in your field in back in home country, right? So it's always a suggestion that discuss with our registered migration agent the career opportunities or the permanent residency pathways you could have for Australia, right? Before you making a decision for the student visa, because I met a student when I went to India last time who was preparing for the student visa, and he described me his situation and told me that he has done a bachelor's of electronics engineering. Then we uh, given him the option that you can apply the permanent residency if you prepare for English and all this. We have done the skill assessment because the positive skill assessment. Now we have applied the UIs for him. We are waiting for the invitation. Hopefully, he will get soon. Now, what he's doing, he is not looking after the student visa because it will cost him a lot of money. Plus, what he's doing instead, he's working in his own field in India, right? So, in case if we don't get any invitation for the next 3 years or 2 years or 1 year, we don't know, or maybe 5 years. In the meantime, he's not wasting his time. He's improving his English. The rest of the things he's doing to improve his point. Plus, he at the same time he's earning experience. As you might be aware that 3 years offshore experience give you 5 points, a skilled experience. 5 years experience will give you 10 points. 8 years of experience will give you 15 points. However, for the onshore, it works the different way, right? So just please take these suggestions and act on that. Guys, we have only 1 minute left just to let you know. If you have any questions, please throw in the box. Otherwise, we'll see you on Thursday on the TikTok Live 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. As I mentioned, and we are located on 251 Church Street, Parramatta, New South Wales 2150. And we are opening a new branch soon. We will update you. You can follow us on the social media, Facebook, Instagram, on the TikTok for further updates. So we will try to assist you as much as we can. Any feedback, any suggestions, we are more than welcome to send us any feedback, any advice that you think we can consider to make a better environment for everyone. Right? I hope you don't have any more questions now. We can end up this session. I hope you have a great night. See you in the next session. Thank you.